Which is farther east, New York City or Caracas, Venezuela? Well, we know that Venezuela lies towards the western side of South America, and we know that New York City sits on the eastern coast of North America, so most of us would answer New York City. But we'd be wrong. Our error lies in the assumption that North America sits directly north of South America. But go look at a map. It isn't true. The problem is that our brains love order and symmetry. So no matter how long we stare at that map, our subconscious minds are going to keep pushing South America west until we visualize it as sitting directly south of North America. This psychological phenomenon might explain a recent study by researchers at Texas A&M who found a correlation between the shape of city parks and mortality rates. If you live in a neighborhood with an irregularly shaped green space, your chances of a longer and healthier life go up. Now, the study merely identifies correlation without attempting to explain causation. So let me suggest the following. Our brains love the familiar, the expected, the predictable, and as we demonstrated, the orderly and symmetrical. But order, symmetry, and predictability, they're junk food for the brain. It's unpredictability and disorder that force our brains to work hard, to become nimble, and to grow. That takes energy. And that's why an orderly work environment is essential for efficient work. But in the same way that our bodies grow soft if we don't visit the gym after our jobs, our brains can get flabby if we don't exercise them with the unfamiliar. Research has also found that our brains need to get out of the city and into the wild. The sounds of the city tend to be rhythmic and repetitive, whereas sounds of the country tend to be irregular and haphazard. The random sounds of water flowing, birds chirping, and winds rustling through the leaves shake our brains out of their lethargy and strengthen our neural pathways. So too, perhaps encountering open spaces that are not neatly defined rectangles or circles. Our minds have to work harder to cope with the unpredictability of unfamiliar shapes, making them sharper, stronger, and healthier. Now let's apply this same principle to our daily lives. What happens when we make time to learn? When we expose ourselves to new ideas and new information, when we shoulder new kinds of responsibilities, when we engage in conversation with more distant acquaintances and open ourselves up to points of view that may challenge our preconceptions. Won't that hone our minds to a sharper edge? Won't that provide us with more successful work and healthier relationships? The sages compare one who learns as a child to ink written on fresh paper, and one who learns in old age to ink written on smudge paper. The sages are not practicing age discrimination. They're encouraging us to approach the vast universe of experience with the eagerness and excitement of a child. No matter what our chronological age, we should embrace discovery and novelty to stimulate our thinking and enliven our imaginations. So what are you going to do today to shake up your brain? Please share this with anyone you know who might benefit from a little awakening, and please leave a comment to keep the conversation going. I'm Jonas Goldson. See you next time.